All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. I kind of want to just dive right into these questions that I have for you. You have one of the most unique career paths among NBA coaches, in my opinion. Could you tell us your path from law school to now the Grizzlies?
Sure, it's certainly different. And I think the common thread was that I was always sort of following my passions and was fortunate that I was able to do that. I went to law school. I thought I was going to go down that path and be a lawyer. But the coaching bug was always in me and kind of always beckoned. I had an opportunity to coach over at Wellesley College while I was working for the Department of Labor and at Fidelity. Um, I thought I was just going to be helping them out for a year when they were short staffed, but I loved it so much. I remember going into that job and thinking, well, I can do this for a year. I can rearrange my schedule. I can go in early, leave early, get to practice on time. And I just loved it. I loved working for the head coach, Kathy Hagerstrom. She's been a great mentor to me. So I stayed with it. And then, MIT opened up and it just seemed like a really good fit for me. And I really enjoyed being there for 12 years. I can't say that path certainly takes you to the NBA in most realities, but I'm really fortunate that, with the mentors that I've had and the people I've worked with, it's brought me here.
So I actually saw that you thought when the Grizz were calling you that they were calling for hiring advice, but in reality, they were actually calling to hire you. Can you please tell us that story?
Sure, yeah. So I had gotten to know Rich Cho, who works here, over the past year, and we had been talking about potentially hiring, the Grizzlies hiring some entry level positions from our women over at MIT on the basketball team there, or summer interns or things like that. And so we just kind of kept that relationship going. Was really happy to help out. Thought it was just really great for the Grizzlies to think about hiring these like brilliant women at MIT who are, computer scientists and coders, and also like know pick and roll and really can talk basketball. So I was like, of course, and let me be helpful. Just kind of kept in touch with Rich over that year. And when he reached out, he kind of led by saying that they had an opening, with Niele Ivey moving on to her alma mater, head coach at Notre Dame. And so I just kind of immediately thought like, oh, this is part of that relationship that we have where we're trying to help each other out. And, I'm happy to give him some names. I was already starting to think of like, okay, who could I give him that would be really great? And then he mentioned, we're interested in interviewing you if you want to, proceed with that. I was like, oh, okay.
Love that. I love that so much. And you were very modest by talking about your career at MIT. You were the winningest coach in MIT women's basketball history. So what's been the transition from that position to the NBA? How have you adjusted as a coach?
Yeah, it's been a process. I think I was a head coach there for 12 years. I was in that conference for 20 years. So going from that position of feeling like I, had a good feel for what was going on. I knew all my opponents. I knew individual players. I had a good feel for, how to get our teams to really succeed. And then, now I'm here and, I'm new again. And so that's a challenge, but I think the challenge of being new is also really fun and energizing. I'm a rookie again, and I didn't really expect to be at this stage in my career. So it's been really fun. I've embraced that. I think the biggest part has been the whole staff here really helping to, bring me along. And that's been just incredible for my own growth and development.